really shredded, and you're going to realize that you're really bad at this game, as I do every time I try and play. And it's probably just because I'm actually bad. But either way, these guys are all very, very skilled. So again, this match has the most weight on it out of any match we've seen.
Yeah, this determines who's staying in next month or next season. So yeah, it's absolutely important. It's imperative that both of these teams win. And you know, Noble Esports, a team that's sponsored, it would be a shame if they fell out of the league.
Yeah, I mean, but winning this doesn't feel good. You're taking your friends and your opponents and you're kicking them into a pit of despair.
Yeah.
It's like now you're gonna have to try and qualify in through the Rising Star next season.
Yeah, and you literally just don't get a chance to play next season, which feels so bad.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we got the drafts coming in. We got the Rygon for Entropy. Trees have Leaves going to be playing that Rygon, and Numbnuts playing for Noble Esports this week as a sub. He plays Taya. He's good at Taya. They pick Taya.
I mean, that's reasonable logic.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense, right?
Yeah. We're going to see Freya to come support and Jade.
Oh.
We don't see Jade's a whole lot nowadays. And I think that Jade got some changes in the patch. You want to speak to that at all?
Yeah, they don't matter.
No?
No.
No, they're battle ice that no one really picked. Yeah. All right, well, there's our conversation on Jade's changes. We're still going to see quite a lot of Rygon sometimes here in North America, which does make sense. We do like our Rygon here in North America.
We do, and we see it. The Pestilus inflamed on that character. He is very good at that character. I'm excited to see how he does. And the older cleaning up things for Noble Esports. Man, you and I talked about this pre-cast and like even last night. I hate older Freya. I do not think this comp is good.
Yeah.
I do not think this comp is good at all. Older cannot output enough healing that Freya needs. If Freya ever gets burst down, you're just going to find yourself losing a ton of HP because the Older can't sustain you. There's no barrier like Lucy. There's no Bloodsucker like for Pestilus. And even the combo potential, very, very limited. There are some things you can do like Older Petrify into Incap, but you can never really quicksand off of an Incap from Freya. It's just like such a hard comp to run. So I feel like from the get-go, Noble Esports already digging themselves quite a hole.
I've already got an internal problem with just compositions that don't really meld and can't really get a lot of combo potential. I'm just not a huge fan of that because generally we've seen that is where success is found, being able to line up damage. And even the comps where it looks like they can't, really good players can still find it. Even those quarter-second, you know, the micro stuns, they can still line up plenty of damage or force enough cooldowns to then just start pumping, right? So you can still find it, but Older Freya, I gotta agree with you. I mean, Older's not gonna line up a lot of damage off of Incapacitated because of the way his damage works. He has to already have had an M1 on you to get the ease. He generally wants to find someone with no outs, no counters, no bulwarks, no anything. Yeah. Get the M1E, M1E, get all the combo out. But it's not good again with Incaps.
Yeah, it's also very rough in general. There's a little bit of anti-synergy with the Time Bomb. If you have Time Bomb on an enemy and then Freya Incaps them and Time Bomb runs out, the Incap breaks. Yeah. So it's super unfortunate.
And if you guys need to step away, which please, God, don't.
Don't. We need you.
I need you to boost my egos, but if you really, really have to, you can follow us at Battlerite Sport, and it'll keep you up to date on what's going on on screen, wherever you are. You got to take a drive to the store real quick. Got to pick up some more snacks, get ready for Europe tomorrow. I'm okay with that.
Oh, yes.
You're bright and early for us here in North America, so go get some breakfast ready to cook. Put it on your TV or a laptop or your phone, whatever you got to do.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the breakfast. I was like, why would you put the breakfast on your laptop?
Sometimes you do what you got to do.
Yes, I mean, if you don't have any plates.
Yeah. So team comps aside, you think Entropy has a better team comp?
Yeah, I think the team comps aside, Entropy is definitely coming out of here favored. There are some strengths to the team comp of Noble. Of course, Freya is very good against Rygon for the reasons I've mentioned every time I talk about this comp. Thunderclap goes right through the parry, and you cannot trade when you have the Thunder debuff on you. It just makes Freya do way too much damage, so you have to disengage, which is not what Rygon ever wants to do. He pretty much just wants to go in and do his thing. The quicksand is also very good against the Pestilus simply because you can reliably farm energy with the E, and you can likely hit one person plus the queen, which is just in general a lot of energy for the Older.
Now, while we have a little bit of time while these players get ready to get into this match, let's talk a little bit about the patch. And what Battlerite's changed and who we're not seeing, right? So we haven't seen a lot of Bako, and I want to talk a little bit about it. The biggest thing that he lost, which a lot of Bakos took, especially in threes, it was pretty much just given, was the Axe and Shield. Yeah. Axe and Shield, what it does is every time you get an M1, it'll reduce the cooldown of your bulwark. Yeah. So it made people really, it was such a hard time to just read the rotation of a Bako bulwark when you know at any given time he's just reducing that cooldown. Yeah. So you always had to treat it as if he had it. Every time he has it off cooldown, you have like maybe a 4-second window in your head to like, okay, now he doesn't have it. But after that, you don't really know. You don't have that normal rotation of like, okay, 8 seconds or whatever it is for the bulwark cooldown. But it did get something really cool, which is his space has a new Battlerite where if he lands, for every person he lands on, he gets a charge to his M2, which I think is massive amounts of damage. I mean, if you know someone has no outs, and you have like 1 charge on your M2, and you find space onto 2, and then you axe into another, I mean, you're looking at 55 damage right there.
Ouch.
Which is a super cool combo, and then you still have your E to follow up. So it gives them a little bit more of a rotation, but I think until people get used to using that and how to play Bako, we already didn't really see a whole lot of Bako, so that made me just a little bit sad. Maybe that was just my PSA. I want to talk a little bit about Bako.
If you think we didn't see a lot of Bako, I think you just want to see Bako every game. I think we saw like lots of Bako carpet.
No.
Character was super good.
We've never seen enough Bako.
Oh, you're right. You got me.
Until I see a mirror match Bako every match, we haven't seen enough Bako.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
But no Bako this game. We're going to instead have Luke on this Freya. You know, this is Luke Freya at the end of the day. He's very good at this character. It's pretty much his specialty. See how it goes for him. Trees, I haven't seen him too much on the Rygon, though his Thorn has looked very impressive. My eyes are going to be on the melee this match carpet.
The openings, they're going to be pretty big. See if you can force early escapes from potentially older. Look at the damage. What is happening to Taya?
That's life as Taya. Sometimes you just go in before you have Tornado and you get chunked hard for it. And man, the panic from Inflamed was absolutely on point. Got so much damage in.
Can you even call that chunk? That's pretty much just killed.
Yeah, that's not a piece of the pie. That's the whole pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dropped it on the floor and stepped on it and slipped and cracked your head on the freaking countertop.
Unlucky.
That's going to be it for Numbnuts. I mean, that first round, yeesh.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, that's one of the problems with older. Sometimes you just get chunked really hard. Your allies do, and you can't do too much to keep them alive because you don't have that burst heal. No Bloodsucker, so you're not Pestilus, you don't got a Queen to drop. You can only M2, which is only a 14 heal, or a 12
sit
heal.
on a mount for his, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's a horse.
I didn't know that he got to sit on a horse for his pose, his victory pose. So I may interrupt you, but that's worth interrupting you.
Yeah, it's very important. What I'm saying doesn't matter, honestly.
Definitely not.
Trees, he played really well though that round. I questioned how well he would do on this Rygon, and if that round is an indicator of how he's going to play the rest of this game, it's looking good for him.
This time Older playing safe. He's going to leave Luke all alone. Luke's on his comfort pick though. He is on Freya. For Rygon right now is just having his way with either Taya or Older. Older's used the spacebar even with the Petrify. Trees, I believe, is going to want to try and close the gap. He finds Numbnuts. He misses. I believe it would have been an in cap.
Nice orb secure by the Freya, using that counter to negate Jade Snipe. But up top, Older's just getting ran at. Oh, Trees, he used that space, but he has the Dragon Palm, and now Pestilus, he's getting turned on carpet.
I think Pestilus literally just spacebarred into that. I'm pretty sure he went to go help out his teammate who jumped out.
Oh, that's unlucky.
I think that's what happened. Now we're going to see red team securing an orb for themselves. They're going to be tied up in orbs.
Both of the healers getting pretty low here. The Older at about half energy, trying to farm up that ultimate, using the bubble to try to separate his enemies from him, but Luke is just running it in flames. This panic going to be really important, and it does land. Red team, they've managed to reconnect.
Red team has taken the
Very low on the side of both. Just missing an in-cap again, getting in-capped himself. Look at how low they are. There's going to be the root from the snapshot.
Yeah, really nice snapshot, slowing the roll of the blue team. Ooh, that's not good. The Jade hitting the counter of the Freya, but she's able to space back and use her EXQ. But now she has no cooldowns, and they know it, Carpet. They're going to Older ultimate her, and she's likely going to die here. Actually, Numbnuts goes down bottom.
Wow, that didn't work as well as they were hoping.
No, absolutely not. Heads up play from Inflamed. We see the power of the Pestilus there as the hero gets burst healed through that ultimate of Older. Really nice play from Entropy.
Red team wins the round.
2 rounds to none. It's looking like this is going to be a clean 5 if it keeps going like this.
Yes, based on the last 2 rounds, if it keeps up, it will go 5 in a row to Entropy. But, you know, a lot can change very quickly. And that round, it was an awful start for Noble Esports as they kind of got ran over by Trees Rygon. But they almost came back in that mid game. Of course, the Freya was able to steal a couple orbs, and Inflamed, the pressure onto him was pretty massive. So we'll see if Luke can help his team get back into this.
Slowing down Rygon's engaged, actually, with the Rogue Hammer. Parry's now down as well. Numbnuts has enough for the Tornado. He's saving it for the perfect moment.
Really nice play from the Rygon here. Gets that parry stun too, but he's going to get petrified. Up top though, Luke is just getting melted, Carpet.
Luke takes so much damage from the snipe as well. Oh. He's got almost nothing left. One of his iframes is down, spell block. There's another iframe. He's gonna have his counter up soon, but Numbnuts took so much damage. He has an ultimate. He's gonna use it for the shield. The in-cap onto Freya. Sniped into the counter, but that means the counter is no longer available. The in-cap onto Jade will slow down the damage for Entropy. The orb's coming up. Who's going to secure it?
Blue team
Wow,
claims
Freya's
the
just
orb.
going to M1 straight through it.
Yeah, that counter negated the snipe too, and once again we're finding ourselves in a situation where the Jade gets ulted, but Numbnuts, he's getting even lower. The aggressive play there from Nards left Numbnuts without any out.
And Flame smacking Jade with an M2 for the burst heal, and then spacing inside for the infest to get the reduced damage. The hero took almost nothing
Red
from that
team
ultimate.
has taken the
Red team
orb.
secured another orb for themselves. The Chrono Flux will do a little bit of damage right back at them, but they're just too healthy right now. This round is, again, going to go to Entropy.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you can just kind of risk throwing out a snipe. He did it again into a bubble, not ideal, but they're still so far ahead at this point. Entropy looking very dominant. And it's cool to see the hero be successful on Jade. We've known him as a Jade picker.
Yeah.
I've played with him a lot in matchmaking, and he loves to play that Jade, and he's very good at her. Though he did have some rough weeks in the group stage, but he's
Specialist, if you will.
yeah, a specialist. He's looking really good here, though.
Wins the round.
Yeah, he is, and Freya generally, you know, doesn't really have a crazy time against Jade. I mean, you would know better.
It's back and forth.
Yeah, I feel like it really depends on. I mean, it depends on who's better, probably, but
yeah.
that's a given.
Freya's probably the best melee against Jade, Freya or Thorn. But yeah, Luke, he's doing a lot for his team, honestly. We're seeing him go in and try to block those orbs, and he's doing a great job as the hero, not able to snipe too many times to get the orb. So he's ending up just hitting counters. But it's not enough, as on the backline, Numbnuts is getting ran at by Ragon.
Yeah.
We see it again here.
Trees have leaves is doing a great job of keeping it back. This time, Luke actually wanted to stay with his team, but that means he's not going to find nearly as much opening value. Ragon going in, there's the parry, going to get the stun. All the damage onto Taya. Red team secures an orb. Ragon struggling now. He's going to find some damage. No value on the parry. He just wants to go find Luke instead. The XM1 getting ready for sustain. Meanwhile, Inflame just wants to stay as far away from this Freya as possible.
Nice snipe from the hero, forcing out that thunderclap. She's going to get panicked away, the Freya. But wow, where did Tree's HP go?
He got a little cocky, tried to get aggressive there.
Taken the orb.
Oh, beautiful wind bomb into ultimate from the Taya, getting a lot of damage out. Trees has to play so passively here. He has no energy. He's now going to space onto the Taya as he recognizes there's no tornado available, but he doesn't get too much.
Instant and cap. Inflamed has a lot of health, and they should try and rely on that, knowing that Inflamed could actually do some body blocks right now. He's going to try and get in the way, but no, he misses the space bar. Keeps Trees Have Leaves alive, just barely. Blue team secure an orb. Inflamed has an ult. Older's getting close to his. Real close to his. That could be massive the moment he sees an escape. Right now, just a mid-range game. Everyone's just poking each other, trying to build up energy.
Blue
Waiting for the orb that blue team do secure. Ragon almost dies for that.
Oh, a nice knock up there onto Luke, but now the ultimate from Taya getting a decent amount of damage out. The hero, he's trying to make space for his allies' carpet, but at the end of the day, it's just not going to work out. Entropy, they were even in HP pools. Oh.
The tornado just barely keeps him alive, and then he has to ult himself. He doesn't go aggressive. He actually goes safe, but he finds both of his enemies. That's going to be it for Ragon.
Yep, that's it. The Ragon going to go down. Like I was saying, Entropy, they were even in HP pool, but all of that HP was on Inflamed, and that left both the Jade and the Ragon without the ability to initiate. And just over the course of that round, Noble Esports was able to just take orb after orb because of it. And, if things go like that, Noble Esports definitely have a way back in this game.
Entropy dominating the first 3 rounds. And even so, that last round was 1 or 2 turns away from still taking it for Entropy. Noble Esports need to play this very
3,
intelligently
2, 1.
and punish at the right moments. We'll see how this following round goes. Older trying to play aggressive, has the space bar out of there. And now Numbnuts has not enough energy to try and use Tornado. Oh no.
The hero played that beautifully, and now so much damage is coming out onto the blue team. And they have the older carpet, and they can't burst heal through all of this damage, and Entropy is pulling so far ahead already.
This is really, really good for Entropy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call round right now.
Oh. Yeah, things are looking like they're going to go in that direction as the Ragon going in the double Dragon Palm, and my god, Nars just gets ruined.
Yeah, there's really no getting out of this one. Oh, getting the M2 on a hasted tie. That feels great.
The hero played that so well. The hero played that opener beautifully, as not only did he manhandle Numbnuts early on, but he also got a nice stun onto Luke, slow the roll of the Freya. things started out, the hero landed a silence onto Numbnuts, which is not an easy thing to do, because Taya constantly hasted, very hard to hit with that skill shot. But he got her, and he landed a bunch of M1s, farming him up some energy for that EXQ. And then immediately after, he got the space on the Freya, and things just kind of snowballed for Entropy at that point.
Entropy looking pretty dominant in this first map. Remember, this is to see who gets relegated out of the Battlerite Pro League. All the stakes on the line. A little bit of cheese there, too.
Oh, that was a big X-Strike. A lot of damage coming out onto Inflamed. He has to infest far back, and now Entropy playing on the back foot for the first time in rounds.
There's, oh, the burst damage onto Taya. She has to use Tornado. She doesn't have a lot of built-up energy. There's the incapacity on their support. Now's the chance for them to try and do all this max health damage. Jade's trying to find Taya. Haste. Oh, no. Numbnuts might just... Oh, my God.
Yeah, Numbnuts just getting ran at time and time again by Trees. And Trees showing me that he is not only good at the Thorn, but also the Rygon, as it was one of my question marks going into this game, and he's absolutely destroying Numbnuts. It's looking like this round, as a result, is going to go in favor of Entropy, and this is game one. Game one very important in setting the pace of the series.
Entropy 5-1 against their opponents, Noble Esports. Yeah, you can be Thunder all you want, lady. Sorry, Luke.
You know what they say about Thunder? At the end of the day, all it is noise.
Do they really say that?
I do. Thunder's just the sound, right?
Yeah, Thunder's just the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't actually know the difference between Thunder and Lightning, because if you're not around it, why would you? I'm from Florida.
Oh yeah, you got lightning storms
so
like every
that's
day.
all we did every day. It was a thunderstorm every day around 1 p.m. for about an hour and a half every single day, especially in the summer. So it's funny when I met people, especially people like are scared of lightning or thunder. It's super weird. Like it just happens every day. I don't care. Someone's like, "Oh, it's so scary. It just can come out of nowhere to kill you." I'm like, "It is pretty scary when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen, but it's pretty scary the thought of it."
It's only scary if you value your life. I'm not scared of lightning.
Yeah. Although if only real lightning was like Freya, where it's just this big giant circle on the ground, you just jump out of it.
You're like, oh crap, I gotta get out of this.
Oh no! Here it comes. If you just jump and if you're not touching the ground, you're safe.
Yeah.
iframe, baby.
Yeah, just iframe the lightning.
So 5-1. Noble Esports really need to turn it around.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see a team comp change. I don't know how much they have in their toolbox.
I think Nards might switch up his character.
Yeah.
As we were saying before that game, I really don't think Freya Older is a good comp. I think it just has too many problems in terms of healing and sustain. I don't think it's something they should run going into game 2, especially after a result like a 5-1. And it's not like those were close rounds. Those rounds were pretty dominant in favor of the red team. So you got to switch something up. I think it's possible we see something like an Older or a Lucy, two characters that Nards is very capable of playing and very good at.
I think Lucy would probably be, just being able to smack that barrier into somebody, because you're noticing that Ty is getting caught with that energy early on. You're noticing that sometimes Nards is just getting caught without any cooldowns. Lucy and a Rygon, probably not great, not going to feel amazing, but to be fair, neither was Older, and neither's anybody when you're going against this Rygon right now. I think there's a lot of these times where you're looking at your team, and it's like there is the perfect team comp, but then there's a team comp that works with how you're playing. And if you notice that right now, Numbnuts, who's probably going to stick with Taya because that's his comfort pick.
Yeah.
If you notice that he's having a tough time early on before he gets energy, find a way to help that. I don't care if it's not your most efficient thing. It's what's going to work for your team. And if you're not going against the perfect players, well, it's still going to work in your favor, and you're not going to get that early punishment.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why the Lucy could be good. It's good at assisting the Taya get out of problematic situations with that barrier knockback if he opts to take it. Of course, Clarity Potion is very good against Rygon as well.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, Rygon does have a pretty good time into Lucy, because at that point, Rygon just targets swaps, which is something that being good at Rygon requires. You got to be good at knowing when to go on who, and after a performance like that from Trees, I have no doubt that he would be able to adapt to a situation like that.
So we haven't seen this yet. Right now they're deciding on if they want to keep their substitute. I'm guessing their starter is now available.
Huh.
They're deciding if they want to keep the substitute or go back. I imagine they've been practicing knowing they would have a sub, so they've probably been practicing with Numbnuts, and they might not want to change from that because they've been rehearsing and trying to figure out rehearsing. I guess you could call it rehearsing. This is a play. It's just a play of death. See who can make it out alive. So that's what they're trying to decide right now, so we're going to have a small delay going into the next one.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Well, I think switching to could probably be a good thing, as well as good at Jumong, and I think Jumong in general is very good against what Entropy likes to run. Jubong's good against Pestilus, as the Rain of Arrows is very good against the Queen, very good for farming energy, and you get to sit, and whoever is sitting next to the Queen also gets hit by the Rain of Arrows, just very good. You're giving me a face. What's
Can't
up?
tell. I just heard some news.
What's up?
What isn't?
Okay, yeah.
But for Luke.
I like it. But for Luke.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Well, Was a very versatile player, so I guess we'll see him playing melee. I'm accustomed to seeing him play ranged with this team, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm curious to know what the decision is, but hey, it's their team. They can do what they want. Maybe just wasn't feeling it, but now we're going to see, again, there it is, Numbnuts picking Taya, and we're going to see the hero on Jade. No surprise there. Noble's the one I'm looking for right now, and we probably won't change their team comp. It worked really well for them. Probably going to see Raygon putting pressure on the backline no matter who they're up against.
Yep.
Noble's the one we got to worry about. They have somebody new, somebody different, and that team comp clearly didn't work out for them.
Maybe Shifu.
Shifu I think is always a safe pick. I think Shifu has enough utility. I'm still a huge fan of his EXE, which I think people are starting to use a little bit more. We're gonna see.
That's really weird. Why? I wonder why they're switching out Luke. Honestly, that feels kind of bad because Luke is capable of playing Bako. So I wonder what they're doing here. It's
Yeah, I
very
don't
strange.
know. Unless I got misinformed, in which case, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't misinform you.
But we'll see. We'll see when we get in. Really, who cares? We're gonna see the Thorn change though for Entropy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I
As
like
opposed
the
to
Thorn.
Raygon?
Yeah, the Thorn is really good at sticking with his team, so we'll probably see a Pestilus pick again, an M1 healer that wants to stay grouped together. One of Inflame's specialties are those M1 healers. He's very good at Paloma and very, very good at Pestilus.
Yeah.
I like the Pestilus against the Taya too. So we'll see Entropy playing this very slow, very group style, probably turtling, trying to get some orbs, forcing the Bako to go in and just punishing on reaction.
I really like that. And I mean, you know, you're talking about Thorn and what he has the capacity to execute a lot of his combos. I still want to see it. I'm going to keep calling it. You can call me stupid. EX spaces. I want to see a bunch of them. I want to see more execution with it. I think there's a lot of cool combos you can do, especially with the silence from Jade. I think you do some really fun stuff. I mean, think about it. You put an entangle on somebody just before it wears off. You EX space you and Jade in there. As they're stunned up, Jade gets a silence on him. And then from there, you can just keep doing as much damage as possible. They're going to have Pestilus as their support, and you'll see Ulrich. Ulrich Bako. One of the first duos people figured out was great with Ulrich.
God, I remember playing twos on the day of Ulrich release and playing against Ulrich Bako. It's gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. So Noble Esports just going to probably rely on that while Numbnuts does his best to not take damage. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about this card, but
it's Wa in for Luke.
Yep.
I wonder what the decision was and why.
We'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see how this Bako Ulrich does. When I look at these two comps, I see aggression versus defensive play. And it looks like Noble Esports likely to get punished pretty hard by Entropy, as Jade, known as being very good against melees. An interesting Battlerite tech I could see coming out of the hero here is the piercing disabling shot.
Yeah.
Like with the aggression coming out of Wa and Nards, the inevitable rushdown of the double melee, the piercing disabling shot could find immense value.
Wa just going for all damage with Bako, getting Adrenaline Rush on space and E, so he's going to have a charged M1 after both of those.
Is the red axe the cooldown reduction?
No, that is his damage.
I'm glad you know.
Yes.
Glad you're the Bako player.
I'm only 80% confident, but I'm going to act like I'm 100%. So he's just going for max damage right now, right? He's going for full damage output.
Yeah, look at all those red circles around those rights. That means damage.
Yeah. Oh, things changed.
Whatever, Wa.
Things are changing. All right, that's going to be Bravery on space, Snare on the M2.
Makes sense. I like that build.
Yeah.
That's the spam EX space build.
Yep. Which I think is going to be great against this team comp. You're going to have an Inflamed and a hero. Once they've used their escape, you try and get the punish.
Ooh, really nice wind bomb onto that Jade, and the X-Strike also landing on the Inflamed. A big double pull, though, but that might not be a good thing for the red team. Might have been pulling the enemies where they want to be.
They got a double incap right after the pull, though, so almost no value. Look at that. What on earth is going on? The R hitting orb instead. Red team does secure the orb, but Bako is just having his way with Pestilus right now in the back line. I like the root with the pushback. Not giving him those M1 charges. Incapacity onto Jade. There's the ult from the Thorn. Pushing Jade back.
Ooh, forcing out that Retribution. Really nice job by Trees. This next orb spawning in about 4 seconds. There's no snipe for it now as the heroes just opted to use it. But the damage coming out onto Noble is going to force them to play defensively. They get the orb, which they needed, but I'm not sure it's enough, Carpet.
The Bulwark is down, but she just missed the space. That was the hero's chance to try and put some max health damage on a Bako. Another double incapacitate, but pulled in, and the damage from the M1 are going to break both those incaps.
Ooh, big damage coming out onto this Thorn. He has the burrow available. Inflame trying to heal him up, but this incap is going to be huge. Trees might just die while he's incapped. The Husk comes out, so he's narrowly alive, and now the Ulrich is going to die.
Don't know how I feel about that R. Knocking Trees have leaves up when they was in a dangerous spot. Actually give him the chance. There's, oh my god, and that's where inspiration comes into play. You get an incap into your ultimate. 125% energy.
Seems good. Ouch. A lot of damage coming out there onto Numbnuts in the matter of a second. The Petrify gonna miss from trees, have leaves. The Entangling Roots getting no value, but he will secure the orb for his allies.
Red team won the orb.
Entropy taking the first round, but now without a bigger fight this time.
Yeah, that looked very good for Noble Esports at the beginning of the round. The Bako seems to be working out much better than the Freya did. Got a lot of big in caps and almost found the kill on Inflamed early on, but the hero rotated right back onto his ally when he realized he was in trouble. Interesting build from the hero here. So he's actually taken the Battlerite that was buffed this last patch that I said was useless. So that Snipe Battlerite is going to now heal for 12 on each hit instead of 8, which I guess he finds to be very important.
It's a pretty decent burst heal.
Yeah, 12 is pretty good.
Especially if you find yourself in the face-to-face thing where they have no escapes and all you can do is get a snipe on them. I mean, you've just made that trade like 50-something, right?
Yeah. It also works on Snapshot, which is very good. Triple in-cap coming out of the Bako. Now Inflamed in a bit of trouble back here.
Getting speed bulwark as well, really moving around the field.
Blue team has taken the orb.
Getting it back. Snipe cast time getting canceled. I love these in-caps from Bako. He really is just going in-cap span. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, he's just trying to find all those in-caps, set up those X-Strikes, and he's doing a great job in the pressure, not being let up another space in. The ultimate from Taya now dealing so much damage. Oh, this is so scary. The ultimate from Bako too. Trees is getting cut down.
Oh, but Bako's going to take so much punishment for this. He's able to get, after the ultimate, another incapacitate. Already has another 25% energy.
A little bit of a stalemate here. Both teams opting to wait for the orb. A nice panic from Inflamed gets way out of there. Trees getting these green shards, very important.
He's also going to get pushed into his ult very soon. There it is. It's going to come out trying to get value.
Oh, the Jade gets it.
Just barely with the push out. I think that was Taya that pushed the orb out of the ultimate. She's going to get her ultimate. The shield won't get broken just yet. A lot of that damage coming before the shield, so she doesn't get canceled out of it. And now we're going to see Thorn go down from the Bako. Nards has a full ult. Has to use EX space to get out of there, find some teammates, knocking up Pestilus. Again, I think some of those Rs are coming at not the most opportune of times. I mean, you're essentially giving your opponent a free iframe if you're in a position where you can punish. You have to be very, very careful when you cast that R, because it can feel like a lot of value and you have your iframe. And I'm cool with you using it as an iframe and then missing on purpose.
Right, I was about to say, yeah. That's another option.
But it feels bad sometimes to just throw your R into a wall.
Yeah, it does. It's like, oh, if the Pestilus is there, you just kind of want to use it on him.
Yeah.
But, what? He's playing so well, Carpet. He's doing so much for his allies. Numbnut's success really being enabled by this Bako. That in-cap spam build doing so many X-Strikes coming out of that. And that energy farm with the Inspiration Taya, just so quick. He's going in immediately to start this one off. Inflamed, he was forced to infest, and he has no queen. He has to use his shield, but he's just getting ruined here. Luckily, he gets that panic. The hero opting not to snipe the panic target. A little bit questionable there.
First heal, who gets the orb? Red team does. It's going to be huge for Entropy. Bako's just going to try and punish on this specialist in the backline. He will get panicked and sniped. That's not going to be great. He's all alone back here. Whoa, using speed work to try and find his team, but he just couldn't close the gap soon enough. Ulrich is now trying to come to the rescue. In the meantime, Taya is just trying to put damage on the backline. There's the F2.
Yeah, huge in-cap into double X-Strike. Absolutely massive. And Numbnuts, he's going to secure the orb for his team as well. Now they actually have an advantage on the side of Noble.
All right. There's the snipe. No in-cap during the snipe. But no damage will follow. Aegis of Valor is going to find an in-cap onto one. Who's going to pick up the shield? Ulrich will. Not going to find any value on Divinity, but they will secure the orb, pushing it away. Ooh, almost getting taken by the hero.
Yeah, that snapshot was incredibly close, but at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. Now, things looking pretty scary for the the red team, rather, as the hero has to space away in trees. He's still on such a low HP pool.
The hero trying to play so aggressively.
Yeah, he's trying to get in there, but man, is he getting punished for it.
He has an ult. He's going to get in-capped. Could he get bursted down?
Oh,
no.
God.
Red, yep, another orb for Noble. An ultimate for Jade. Will we see it coming out? Inflamed right now, keeping his team alive, but just barely. Ulrich is going to try and find this kill onto Thorn, who's running out of energy. He's got one shield, got two.
Oh, Oh, the ult not secured either. Red team desperately needed that if they wanted back into this round. They're just having such a hard time getting anything. Trees has that 1 bar of energy for the Barbed Husk, but his HP, I keep saying it, but it's just so low, so hard to work with for this Thorn.
Oh, well, nearly just coming in with the EXE combo for the kill. They're going to take out here before he gets his ultimate off. They might. Oryx going all in for this. He needs to be very careful. If he took a full Jade ult to the face, he might be dead. Taya's going to use her ult very soon. No, she uses Tornado first. There's an incapacitate onto 1. They've gone all in on this. This is it. This is the time to try and get the kills. They'll get 1. They'll get 2, and that is going to be the end of Entropy for this round. And I just saw in chat, Luke is actually in there. He said he subbed himself out to allow them to do this team composition. I guess he knows that Wa might be more comfortable in the Bako pick. And he said, hey, if they get this win, it's worth it.
I guess so.
Nicely. I mean, hey, selfless man. If you got 4 people on your team, good, you have a sub, you might as well utilize it.
Seems like a neat thing to do. Have a 4th player to sub in for some interesting comps.
Yeah.
Interesting use of the system by Noble, and we see it paying off for him here. Is in a game 1 where it looked like they would just lose handily, pulling ahead in game 2, 2-1. See if Entropy is able to hold mid-control the start of this round. Had such a hard time with it last. They're getting some Thorns out for Trees. That's some nice sustain, and he pulls in Numbnuts. Much harder start for the Taya here.
Trees have leaves. Barbed Husk is down. He gets the entangle on the support, and he helps secure the orb. This is going to be really big for Entropy. Just a punishment.
Jade almost on that ultimate, as is the Thorn. Thorn has to use that Barbed Husk, though, which puts him much further away. The X-Strike comes out and deals a little bit of damage. Everything getting so split, but the Ulrich HP pool going so far down.
Can they try and take him out? There's the EX base. They take out. Look at that. Petulant goes down first. Jade wants to snipe. It looked like it was going in favor for Entropy, but a little bit of an overcommit for them. Noble Esports.
Yeah, they committed too hard for the kill on Nards, and at the end of the day, Inflame just got punished for it. If the Jade separates too far from her allies, the Pestilence, there's only a certain amount of things he can do to protect himself. Of course, he does have that Panic attached to his E and the Infest, but once those 2 things are down, was kind of just going to do whatever he wants, and we saw it there. Got to play very smart if you're this Jade. Got to do a very good job of weaving in and out of the fights, not only protecting your ally, but getting pressure out.
3, 2,
Bako play, going the speed bulwark. Really helps them close these gaps, especially against a Thorn and a Pestilence who just don't have a whole lot of mobility. The early entangle onto the support, followed by a Panic, double Panic. Walking around back and forth. Where are you going, Numbnuts? Make a decision. Gonna go in.
Yeah,
Don't
not a
reach down in
successful
space.
start for the Bako here. Takes a decent amount of damage and doesn't have any energy carpet.
Red team getting another orb, or I guess the first orb this round for themselves. Bako's gonna have to be very careful. He has support from the Ulrich, but he's running out of everything. He has to space out of there just for safety's sake. Another entangle onto their support. Another Panic. Right now, Entropy just seems to have the rotation of cooldowns onto Noble.
Deadroot's not going to get the orb, though. A beautiful Zephyr from Numbnuts actually secures it. And look at the hero's HP. He's starting to get very low. But as I say that, Numbnuts goes down right before his ulti hits.
Oh, here's going to be the ultimate, but the Barbed Husk is going to keep him alive. The silence is going to make Was combo.
Wow, beautiful double Panic.
Falls
Inflames.
short.
Incredible at this character.
I'm going to say it. I think Thorns really need to stop ulting for orb.
Yeah, you think?
I really do. I think people are getting good to now know those ticks. Thorn's been around long enough. Everyone knows the ticks on that. Because what happens whenever Thorn ults an orb, his team just leaves it alone, assuming they're going to get it by freakish luck. And then you have people that can sneak in there or push it out. So many ults for orb we've seen from Thorns today.
Yeah, just not be successful.
I don't think a single one of them has actually secured orb.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are treating the Thorn ultimate like it's an Ashka ultimate in regards to the orb. Like you can just throw it at it and the burst damage will get it. But Thorn's ultimate functions very differently in terms of DPS. Not a lot on the top, most of the damage coming in the ticks at the end.
I mean, think about it. You're using so much energy to secure the orb when maybe you could EX space into it, help body block, and secure it yourself for a quarter of the energy. There's a lot of ways to get there.
Ooh, this is a very, very good start for the red team as the attempt to go in on the Pestilence has been unsuccessful, but that X-Strike, pretty big.
Whoa, he's got to be careful. He will find an Ulrich to help support him. But look at how healthy Entropy is right now. There's the ultimate for Thorn. It's going to find value on Ulrich. Ulrich has to be very careful.
Orb spawning. No ultimate available on the Thorn, so we won't see what you're trying to avoid seeing. The Jade actually going to secure it.
Yep. Oh my god, there's the damage on a trees. Have leaves Barb Husk is out, but that means he's got almost nothing left. He does get an entangle, which helps him out a little bit, but Taya wants to try and finish this off with her ultimate. It will wear down. The hero stays long enough to help push her out.
Yeah, great. Oh, the Bako, he catches Thorn, but Ulrich goes down in the meantime, and a nice Scarab hits the Thorn up top, keeping him alive.
Did it actually hit Thorn as Bako spaced?
I think it did, yeah.
That's actually pretty sick. A little unfortunate, although Bako probably wouldn't want to take that to the back either. Trying to get charges on the Queen, but he'll go down. Taya on the 1v3. The dream is there.
She has that ulti. She's likely going to have to hold that energy for the tornado, though. She goes for the EXM1. It's funny. In a couple of the Battlerite communities, we refer to that as the numbnut special. You throw out the EXM1 and then you throw out the wind bomb to pull an enemy into it. And he pulls it off there, but to that time, no avail, as the round's still going to go in favor of Entropy. And they've taken these last two in a row. It's looking pretty good for them, as instead of splitting up and playing this scattered playstyle, they're staying much more grouped with Inflame's Pestilus. And the Bako, he's having a much harder time going in without being punished.
Yeah, it's very tough right now for Bako to actually find value, because he keeps getting grouped up again. He has the AoE, he's got to have to deal with the Jade. Jades just have their way with Bakos. So it's definitely a little bit difficult for him. And Tangle comes out early, slows the support down, but he's going to be able to heal back up before he takes max health. Bako's just going to try and back out of there, using the haste from Taya to help him out. Wow. Double panic, that means they can just try and look at this. Ulrich just up there all alone, waiting for his moment to find an ally, and red team secures the first orb.
And Incap comes out onto the Pestilus, but he's going to be okay as he has that full bar of energy and the EXQ from Jade keeping him alive. The Taya ultimate coming out and getting a decent amount of damage. Not as much as they needed to bring him back into this round, as the Jade ultimate is going to be the answer.
He's going to get eaten by the Radiant Shield, finding a lot of blind as well. She wants to try and sneak a snipe out there afterwards.
Nice bulwark there on trees to negate the entangling roots, but he's got a nice pull and he has the ultimate available, Carpet.
Thorn's going to be using his ult very soon. He's waiting. There's the ultimate from Taya.
Nice.
Oh, he gets the entangle. Oh, get incapped. He's going to get stunned. No, the Barbed Husk comes out just in time. He's going to get stunned. He has to actually use Barbed Husk, so he doesn't have his ultimate. Meanwhile, since they've split up so much, look what Wah has done to their backline.
Yep, they need to stay together, and when they don't, this is the result. The damage onto Entropy has started to add up, as Inflamed was just pressured by this Pestilus. His DPS players were not getting any healing.
The hero gonna get hunted down. Noble Esports able to take that round, keeping it in their hands just barely. And by the way, yes, we understand it's Taya's EXM2, not EXM1, but we throw those words out all willy-nilly all day. All right, leave us alone.
Talking's hard.
Talking's hard. Yes, EXM2. See, you guys know. What does it matter if we know?
I should have just said EX1.
Oh, that's true.
Because it is just her EX1.
Yeah.
Noted. Thanks, Twitch chat. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Noble Esports, though, they want to tie this series up.
3, 2, 1.
One round down, but Entropy, they're able to bring it back in their favor if they keep grouped up. Don't let Wah pierce through the back line. Forcing out the bulwark, but then still not finding any value on the E. Wah has used space with almost no value. Ulrich has to come in to save him. Be a panic on Bako.
Good pull here. The damage finally being returned, and Inflamed able to posture very safely. The orb, it is taken by Entropy as well.
And he Barbed Husk the moment he comes out of there, so they want to try and find value at least onto the Thorn in any way. Inflamed about to build up, or he has the ultimate. Will he cast it for the damage and the heals? No, he wants to try and save it for shields. I like it, a little more use of it. The orb's coming up, everyone's trying to posture for it. The damage from the hero. Blue team secured it. They're tied up in orbs now, so tied up in energy over the round.
Yeah, check ultis. The Bako, he's halfway to his. Inflamed, almost sitting on his. The dead roots, as I speak of it, coming out now. But the damage, not going to be there. Oh, and a nice double incap into X-Strike. That was meaty.
Oh, he might have gone a little bit too ham for that. No, the E's not going to come out. The speed bulwark helps him. Mega blind. Look at that, all 5 of them. Red team secured an orb, and the hero really needed that. There's the ultimate from Taya, trying to pull him into that. That was actually really nice.
Oh. The incap comes out from the Ulrich and a double incap from the Bako. They need to find a kill here, but they just don't have the HP to work with, and was going to go down on initiation.
Entropy staying alive. A lot of great trades early on. The baiting out of the bulwark. Bako wanted to engage, then getting punished early. He wasn't able to try and keep the punish on the back line, which let the hero and Petulas do whatever they wanted for the good mid-range game after those first 30 seconds.
And it's so important to see the Inflamed put in a situation to succeed. Because in these rounds, where Entropy are sticking together, you're obviously seeing Inflamed having a much better time against the Bako, and as a result, he's having to commit less panics to the Bako. And with panicking the backline like the Taya, like Numbnuts is getting thrown so far off of his game that he's having a hard time engaging and getting the consistent damage. So all because Entropy is starting to group together, it's making Numbnuts' job much harder.
Final round of this map. Will Noble tie it up, or will Entropy put themselves one map away from match point? Ulrich taking a lot of damage early on. Numbnuts as well. Entropy looking pretty healthy right now. Inflames getting the heals up. First orbs up, getting the panic onto Taya. Red team do secure it. This is going to be really big for them. They want to try and capitalize on this. Ulrich's down to half health. Radiant Shield's up. Gets a blind onto Thorn. Well, doesn't have a lot of support and gets stunned out of his bulwark. That's going to be huge. There's going to be the panic followed by the ultimate. Burst it down. The tornado used to try and heal herself. She gets pulled back in. Are they going to be able to kill Taya right now? No. She gets out of there.
Everything going in favor of Entropy here as they roll over Noble Esports in this round 9. My God, that was clean. I was sitting there waiting for something to go wrong, but literally everything went in favor of Entropy. Jade got the space stun on a Bako that was spacing onto her, stunned him out of that so he got no value. The ultimate laying up the alley-oop on the Taya with the Thorn. Just everything going in favor of Entropy as they sat together as a unit, got the blue team separated, and Noble Esports, that didn't even look close that last round.
No, it really honestly didn't, but that was all the way to round number 9. So obviously the series, or the map itself, was very close, but that's going to give 2 maps. 2 maps over to Entropy.
Yes.
Which means Entropy now 1 map away from just staying in the Battlerite Pro League. It's all this is for. Will Noble Esports get eliminated right now? Will they maybe try and put Luke back in? I saw Luke in chat earlier saying hopefully this works out, and it definitely was a closer map. And you can put a million reasons to it. I know chat wants to meme and say, oh, Frey's the problem, Luke's the problem. That's 100% not the case.
Don't be dumb, chat.
Don't be dumb. There's a lot of reasons to go into it, and some of it just has to do with what you're up against. The composition, you know, sometimes it's really tough with just the way you play with what you're up against. Some Bakos play very different. Even just look at like a single champion. Some Bakos like to stay at range, just build up energy with M2s, maybe try and get a couple of really good bulwarks in there, and then find a way to engage when his teammate does. Some Bakos used to be bulwark, go in first. They're the ones to engage. They're the initiators. Let their teammates try and get the final blows or just try and get the max damage. A lot of different reasons go into it, so stop it.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes you're just playing a Freya and you have an older on your team, and you're just set up to fail.
Yeah.
Like just that comp in and of itself does not make the Freya look good. The Freya's never going to look good when she has an older backing her up. I wonder if we see maybe Luke come back in and see Numbnuts swapped out, because you know what? He's pretty good at the Jumong, and like I mentioned, I think Jumong is incredibly good into the comp of Entropy. The Rain of Arrows, good against the Queen, good against Pestilus, very good against Jade, as when she just posts up and snipes, she's just standing there for 1.6 seconds. Rain of Arrows laying on top of that, it's going to hurt quite a lot. And it's definitely a possibility. Maybe they just run back the same comp, though. As we talked about earlier, when you lose 4-5, you generally don't switch things up.
Yeah, probably not. And again, this is to see who gets eliminated and who gets to stay in the Battlerite Pro League. We're going to see Freya, so does that mean Luke is back?
Maybe.
Maybe. Luke is back. Luke, he was selfless for 1 game, but he can't watch a loss.
He's like, if my team is going out, they're going out with me.
Yeah, and I can see that. I mean, at this point, just put your best everything together. This is usually where you see teams when they feel backed into a corner, they go with their safe picks. So we might see the older Freya as much as we don't think it's very good. That might be where their comfort is.
I think even the the Freya Ulrich would be much better. Maybe we see Nards switch on to the Ulrich instead of the older with that Freya.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
There's a lot of things that can come in. So we're going to see, again, the hero on Jade. He's a Jade specialist. Nothing new there. Entropy probably won't change the team comp. We're going to see Pest, and we're going to see Thorn. I'm torn when I watch it. I mean, I don't play a whole lot of Thorn. I played a lot of him when he first came out.
Right.
But I haven't in a while. When you just look at the value, like, I haven't seen a crazy value Thorn ult in a while.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of it can be used almost like a Lucio ult or almost like an Esmo ult where like it forces escape so that then you can punish. But Thorn often doesn't follow that. I mean, he'll try to. He tries to get a pull. But a lot of times he uses his ult maybe when he feels pressured in a corner or when he knows he can maybe get some value or for the orb. But I haven't really seen any more than like 25 damage come out of Thorn Ultimate like all season.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. It's a hard ability to use properly, but in the right hands, it can be very high impact.
Yes.
Like taking the orb with it, even though you don't think that's a very good move, it can be good at times, simply because it blocks projectiles.
Yeah.
But against the Taya, it's very hard because Taya has that Zephyr, and Zephyr, the iframe plus Wind Strike, is just very good at getting the orb out of that ultimate. Okay, so they didn't pick the Taya first, so I wonder if it is going to be Wa on the ranged. Maybe we see a Jumong pick here.
We can see Jumong. We're going to see Ulrich as their support. We're going to see Rygon for Entropy. So they're going back to the Rygon, leaving the Thorn behind, going back to Raigi.
Do you call him Raigi?
Raigi.
Oh, that's adorable.
He's cute, right? He's cute, man. He's a cute little guy. He's so edgy and really excited to just get into battle and talk about his dad.
Iva. Cool. All right, Iva. She got some changes this last patch.
Yeah.
She got one change that is very, very interesting. EMP, the Battlerite that dispels buffs on enemies when Taser lands, it now cleanses allies that are in the AoE of the Taser. So what that means functionally is that your Freya going to have another cleanse. There's going to be the Zap cleanse available for her, and also the Taser cleanse when it hits an enemy near her, which I think it's going to be very hard to play around, but we might see some nice coincidences where it just works out in the favor of the blue team. Like Freya happens to get stunned by something random, and then a Taser comes by, hits an enemy, and then cleanses her. I'm interested to see how that Battlerite looks, because that was one of the changes I was pretty excited about.
And I think it's cool, but again, Entropy, not a team where you're going to be really lining up some crazy CC, like really long CC. The best you're going to have is the Rygon in-cap.
Yeah.
But when Rygon in-caps, he leaves, generally. So you're not going to be able to Taser him to try and get Freya out of that in-cap to get the cleanse.
Look at this map, Carpet.
Look at this map.
Look at this map. We are on Ormond Knights. Surprised. I guess that makes sense why we see the Freya come back.
Yep.
Freya incredibly potent on this map. This is pretty scary. We'll see how she does, though. Of course, Pestilus, he's also pretty good on this map as there's less room to run away from his fears. Yeah, this is a toss-up. This will be very rushdown heavy from Noble Esports, though.
Trees have leaves. Look at him. He's already got an ultimate. Oh, no. Here it comes.
Nards has his ultimate, too. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Before the game even starts, we're going to see ultis drop? That's madness.
Imagine a game mode where you all start off with ultimates.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
Anyways, back to real conversations. That makes sense.
Entropy's up 2-0, Carpet.
They are. Whoever loses this, well, not whoever. Whoever loses this series gets relegated out of the Battlerite Pro League. You're the first team to get kicked out of the Battlerite Pro League. What a title to have.
Yeah, what a tragic fate.
Give him a title that says first out.
That'd be a sad title, but a unique one nonetheless.
First in, first out. We're going to see Rygon trying to punish Ulrich. Ulrich does get the reset on the space, and now he's used them both, so he has one left. He's going to get the R, but it's going to get parried through and hit Iva. Nicely done, but there's the damage onto the hero.
Yeah, where does HP go? Just gets absolutely destroyed in a matter of seconds. He gets a nice stun and a nice panic onto Wa. Freya ultimate going to get no value as well. Red team, they get the orb.
And there might have been a little bit of a risky ult. I know you want to play aggressive. He's going to have to worry about an ultimate coming very soon. So will Iva. Iva just dies! Iva dies to the space from Rygon.
That space hitbox very generous, and the amount of damage it does is huge. The EXQ into the ultimate from Freya onto the Jade.
The Infest, though.
Yep, the damage mitigation from the Inflamed, absolutely on point.
Oh, and that's going to probably be it for Luke. Luke's going to have to worry about a hero. Not a hero, but the hero.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. No, I'm just going to go down first.
Oh. Snipe misses, unfortunate. Yeah, good round for Entropy to start things off, looking incredibly clean. It's pretty crazy that Wa just managed to get burst down out of nowhere. Sometimes you just get sniped into Heavenly Strike.
Did he go? I think he went the Taser, right? He went that battle right?
Yeah, that's EMP and bounce. Pretty good rights. It's good against the Queen, of course. You can just, in a similar way to Ghost Wolf, you just throw the Taser on the Queen and then it bounces to Pestilus. It can be pretty good. Yeah, I'm really interested by the hero's Battlerite build. He has the fading snare off of his stealth, so it drops the little bomb and snares enemies. We see it here, gonna get no value, but the heal off of his E, helping him trade with that Iva pretty favorably.
Wants to stay alive knowing the burst potential of his opponents. Again, even getting a free snipe in the face-to-face chance, he'll still get the heals. I don't know if it applies to the snapshot, actually. I'd like to know if it does.
It does, yeah.
That's actually pretty cool, then.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Blue team has secured orb number 1. Noble looking way better. Here's going to be some ultimate. Oh my god, there's the burst damage. The hero is going to stay alive though. It was a good bit, but him and Ivo look about the same. There's a snipe on Awa. Was going to get the stun on him.
Ooh, really nice tractor beam, but the Jade going to space over it.
Yep.
But Entropy, they found themselves in this situation they don't want to be in. They're very split. The hero trying to find his way back towards mid, but down bottom. Trees is just destroying this Iva, and Entropy get the orb.
He almost got the knock up. There's the ultimate finding. Yeah, he actually did find Rygon, and he also found Freya. The hero going to group up with his team. Iva's so low, but does have an ultimate. There's the ult, knowing the parry was down. She has to space away just so she doesn't die. In the meantime, she might still die anyways.
Yep.
She will to the snapshot. Thunderstrike coming out from Luke and the incapacitate. Ormond Knight coming in handy.
Yeah, they're trying to go on this Jade. They understand that they need a kill since they're so far behind, namely being down a character. But it's not looking like they're going to be able to get it as the hero and Inflamed are grouping up top, playing very safe.
Yep, incapacitated on Luke as well. Entropy looking to take the second round in a row. Trying to make this another 3-0 sweep of the day.
Yeah, Entropy doing a great job sticking together. When they're together, it's so hard for Noble to get in and do damage. It seems like so many panics are landing onto both Luke and Wa, just doing such a great job as Inflamed. And when he has an ally like the Jade next to him, EX-Qing him when Freya aggresses, it's just so hard to stop this Pestilus from getting his job done.
1,000 damage on Luke. A lot of damage for one.
Yeah, that is a lot.
I think Iva's really struggling to get a lot of damage in and a lot of use out of her abilities. But I don't know, it's hard to say. Watching her, I think Rygon's just doing a really good job of kind of forcing her abilities to just try and be in a safety as opposed to aggressive. A lot of stun value. Ulrich, goodbye.
Yeah, half of his HP gone in an instant, but Jade's doing no better, Carpet. Luckily, a panic lands onto that Freya and she gets sniped. That helps out the hero, giving him some healing and energy.
Now Luke's in a really dangerous spot. They just want to M1 their way through this orb, and they will do so successfully. Entropy now looking a lot healthier.
Oh, this is unfortunate. A nice taser cleanses, or debuffs the hero, gets that stun on him, and now the hero has to play so defensively. He gets infested. He's still so far behind here, and doing no better is Trees.
Yeah, this orb's actually going to go to blue team. What a turnaround. Noble Esports really cleaning up their act, splitting everybody up, going in for the punish. Didn't get the knockup. We have 2 ultimates for Noble Esports, starting with the end cap. The burst heal and the block parry, trying to body block. The shield won't get picked up. It will finally by Ulrich. He actually finds the Invis Jade, but a red team secured that. Here's the ultimate from Pestilus.
Yeah, they're bringing this back. Entropy is not out of this by any means. Wa getting pretty low. All of the HP of Entropy is on Inflame though, and that is a bit problematic as his allies could get burst down. We see it here, the hero getting so incredibly low. The Infest comes out, the EXQ as well. Oh, this is looking so bad.
I don't know what happened to Wa, but his ultimate did end there.
Wow.
Oh, forcing the space out. Somehow Jade stays alive. I don't know how he's been able to pull this off for so long. Rygon's going in. Luke wants to try and get the kill on the hero. There's the root and the heal.
Yeah, that Battlerite paying for itself right there.
One for one. 1 for 1.
All right. They're not out of this by any means. Inflamed and the hero going to group up top and try to secure this orb. Oh, okay, that was a bit scary here. Inflamed gets so low, that cleaving M1 of Nard's dealing so much damage. The snipe, it's going to land on Wa, but the zap protects most of it.
Oh, gets rocketed while she's blinded, followed by the ultimate into Inflamed. Flame knows this one's done, and Noble Esports keep it close.
As quickly as people were blaming Luke for his team's loss in Game 1, he played incredibly well in this match. He did go down first on his team, but the aggression that he started with put Entropy so far on the back foot, and it forced them to split. And that's exactly what we've been saying Entropy does not want to do. Luke was able to get in there and force the hero to run back into their spawn. Inflamed had to chase him for what seemed like an eternity, and off the back of that pressure, Nards and Wa were able to secure a couple orbs early on and cement their advantage.
Stealth comes out early for Jade. She doesn't find, oh, what happened there? They found her invis. There's only so many places she could be hidden. Needs heals quickly before he loses max health. He'll get the first. Meanwhile, Rygon and Freya are having a private chat up top. Red team still secured the orb even through the stun.
Yeah, that was a really nice taser from Wa, but they weren't able to get the orb as a result. Thought maybe they would. Trees, he's going in and playing so aggressively here.
Nards knocking up Jade, but the hero looking so healthy. Ooh, just missed the M2. So can't Flame getting the body block. But the counter will get hit from Jade for Freya. Red team secure another orb that's going to be huge, trying to figure out who to snipe, but gets R'd and knocked up. Has the space, will go find her ally, the hero. Does such a good job of sticking with his teammates. Rygon's looking in a dangerous spot though. Wants to try and, nope, he gets the in cap on a Freya. They're going to split up, grab the greens, get ready for this orb coming up. Everyone needs to get ready for this orb.
This is bad for the Jade. She missed her disabling shot and got punished massively for it. She's able to space out, but she has no stealth now, Carpet.
And then, why did he knock him up though? They could have potentially punished it. Okay, they find the Rygon anyways. Timing that perfectly. They can take out one.
Yeah, with this Pestilence ultimate, they might be able to find something, but the Radiant Shield and counter are available for Noble Esports. The Jade ultimate, they might find Luke, but they don't. So close here.
Oh, hit the counter. The snipe into the Radiant Shield. They still have a chance at this if they can secure this orb, and they do.
They do. Luke
Look at them, they're keeping them pushed back. The in cap on a one though, that's going to be dangerous.
What it's going to take is it's going to take a panic into a snipe, and they find just a raw snipe with a bloodsucker. The damage output from Jade Pestilence, my gosh.
Ulrich spinning around. Nards looks a little frustrated at that. Double ultimate right now for Noble.
Oh, he dies to the fading snare.
How often do you see that bomb get the kill?
Oh man, I was questioning that bomb pick earlier. I was saying it was an interesting Battlerite, but man, it gets the kill on the Freya here. And in this 2v3 Entropy, they're going to take it.
Wow, yeah. I mean, Ulrich, there's one thing you can't really do. It's deal with 1v2s. He doesn't deal a lot of damage without an ultimate. And even so, without a charged M1, he just feels like he's hitting you with a wet noodle sometimes.
Oh, that feels bad. Getting caught in sudden death when you are trying to mount up. He finally makes his way back in, but he has no more HP to work with, Carpet.
He knows he's a goner. Entropy, the 2v3.
Yeah, incredibly well played from the hero. Not only to be charging that snipe in the face of Luke, but also to be heads up enough to recognize who he needed to aim it at, and they found the kill on Wa. Wa was probably just like, how'd that happen? Where'd my HP go? Because just in a matter of an instant, he ate both an M2 from Inflamed and an M2 from Jade. Beautiful coordination from Entropy, bringing them back into that.
How much damage is that? Like,
well, I think the Bloodsucker is 30, and the snipe damage is 36. So that's
66 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's quite a lot. All right, Entropy. They were able to somehow, even when it looked like they were facing defeat, make it out of that one. Taser's now down, so there's a chance for Entropy to try and engage, especially those melee champs. There goes Rygon.
Oh. Luke is almost on a full ultimate already, Carpet. This is very good for Noble Esports. If he finds an in-cap, which is very easy on Ormond Knights, this could be a pretty big damage output.
You can see he's looking for it. There's going to be a one. There's the ultimate. Bam. Damage on Inflame, followed by the Iva ultimate as well. Trees Have Leaves took a lot of damage, but look at the back line right now. In-cap onto their support. Can they burst him? Can they burst it from here? They almost do. There's going to be the stun. He has to R out of that one. Wow. Just when it looked like Noble Esports were able to make that theirs, Entropy turns it around again.
Yeah, we talk about energy usage and ultimates quite a lot, and man, the ultimates just definitely did not work out in favor of Noble Esports that round. We saw Luke drop his ultimate onto Inflamed, but similar to how we saw Augplosion playing earlier, sometimes if you just throw out the ultimate off of an in cap without any coordination, you don't end up getting that much sticking damage to it, because immediately after Inflamed had the Queen available, and he had the shield from his R. So, like, sure, the ultimate hit, but it ended up just not mattering all that much. That's where team coordination is incredibly important. His ultimate also was cast, but got almost no value. Very unfortunate for Noble Esports.
Entropy 1 round away from knocking Noble Esports out of the Battlerite Pro League.
Yeah.
The first team to get relegated. They have their backs against the wall.
I like the way Luke is playing. He's trying to split up the backline of Inflamed and Jade, and that's when we've seen Noble Esports have success.
Reinfesting the aggression. It's actually looking really good for Noble right now. And incapacitate, but the orb goes to Entropy still. This is where they have to worry about it. They start building up these ultimates. Oh, Rygon, talk about space value.
Yeah, getting double hit with that Heavenly Strike, really nicely done. The Freya ultimate's going to come out, but it's not going to get anything, Carpet. This is not looking good. The zap comes a little bit late, and Freya taking so much damage. They desperately need this orb on the side of Noble Esports, and they get it.
All right, the parry's down, so Wall might be able to find some ult value on the Trees Have Leaves. He ended up getting that on the way back, and the Wall would have probably wanted to ult there to take out Rygon. There it is, but he's going to parry up very soon.
The Dragon Palm, though, the M2 healing him up a little bit. Rygon needs a lot of help here, but he's not going to get it. That cleave M1, but we've seen a 2v3 happen already. Ulrich, oh, the zap going to keep him alive here.
They got real close. Real close. Noble Esports will stay alive. But they've got a mountain to climb. 3 rounds in a row for them, and then 2 more times they have to do it.
Yeah, they need to win 13 more rounds, and it's looking pretty rough. Entropy, they only need to win 1. So, and we'll see if Noble's able to climb back. But like you mentioned, this mountain's pretty tall.
3 rounds in a row Noble need. Entropy just 1 more. That pretty much just means 1 mistake. 1 mistake for Noble, and Entropy's just going to take it.
Yeah, you got to play flawlessly these next 3 rounds. Entropy, we'll see if they can manage to stick together a little better. Last round we saw Luke get away with murder as he split up the back line. This time, though, Luke having a much harder time.
He got kept back, but his counter's going to get a lot of value. Wants to find the hero. The stun as well from the taser. Infest is going to keep Jade with a lot of health. And the parry body block, I love it. Really helping each other out. Red team secure that orb as well. It's looking like Entropy are slowly taking this away.
Yeah, this is looking very good for Entropy as the Iva split off in no man's land down bottom. The Ulrich all alone up top. He's trying to get back with his allies. Now the Scarab being applied on him. He's just getting ruined by this Rygon now. And now Rygon's sitting on full ultimate.
Rygon wants to get this ult now on the Nard since he has no more R. He's going to get the knock-up. He actually is going to try and find normal value, knowing that he can maybe save the ult later. Who's going to get this orb? Blue team is. There's the Iva ultimate. Rygon missing the ult. All of a sudden, these mistakes right now for Entropy. With 2 ultimates.
Oh, just barely misses.
Oh.
He tries to move to get it to hit the hero on the way back. This is still doable for Noble Esports, but the Ulrich is going to fall. And it's looking like Noble Esports going to be our first team relegated out of BPL.
Noble Esports putting up a valiant fight there at the very end, but a little too late. Entropy will take the 3-0 sweep in maps.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate for Noble Esports, but they fought hard. They fought hard, but at the end of the day, it's not enough. And Entropy, they're going to be back for Season 2, though they won't be moving on in this playoff bracket.
Congratulations to the team that stays alive. Now, that's the end of them for this season,
Yeah.
but they will stay in. So Entropy, they've at least secured a spot for next season. They won't be eliminated. They don't have to worry about going through the Rising Star series for all of next season, which their opponents will need to do. I mean, well fought, but I mean, that was a 3-0 sweep. It got a little bit close there towards the final rounds, but it really was just in favor of Entropy.
Yeah, Entropy at the end of the day just looked like the better team. Even with the comp switch-ups we saw out of Noble Esports, just didn't end up working in their favor and running the same comp 2 of the 3 games.
Yeah.
And they were able to take it.
And the selfless act from Luke to try and give himself up a spot to let Walk come in with the Baco. Sadly, that wasn't it. And they swapped somebody else. They tried all the combos they could. Because in reality, at that point, you have a back against the wall. You might as well try all the tools you have in your toolbox. But just to see the things that we saw Entropy bring out, the execution that we saw, the hero playing extremely well on Jade.
Yeah, his Jade looked very clean. He hit a lot of very important snipes, and Trees also looked very good. Just in general, Entropy as a team, they looked very solid, and I'm happy to see them slowly improve over the course of this season. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table next season.
Watching the way that they try to work out together, I think the hero staying alive as long as he did, getting the explosion, I mean, even if you just look at particle distraction, when you get that smoke bomb thingy, when you have that exploding mixed with her trying to get M1s while she's invis, I mean, it's just another big thing for people to have to think about.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't always find a whole lot of value, it still causes movement. I mean, a Freya just subconsciously isn't going to want to sit inside of that. So she's going to want to move out of it, which gives Jade a couple more options. Where's she moving? I'm just going to move the other way.
Yeah.
When in reality, when she goes invis, she just has to pick a direction and hope that person doesn't blindly start M1ing in her direction as well.
Yeah.
So it does, I think, just give her a little bit more decisions and a little bit more confidence when someone's honing in on her. But I think it's cool. I think it's cool to see a unique Battlerite chosen.
Yeah, I've seen him picking that